When we import a CAD model into *CCM+, we also have to take care of unit of various dimensions and sizes of the imported parts. A choice of centimeters, feet, inches, kilometers, meters, which is default, miles, millimeters, micrometers, and yards is allowed. The selection determines the scale factor that is applied to the import surface to make it conform to SI, which is meters. Another option that is available while importing CAD file is the Merge Vertices option. When importing either STL or JT open files, this option allows the vertices for each surface element to be automatically merged or not. The default is to merge the vertices. The vertex merge tolerance value, which is by default 1.0e to 0.6 meters. The next option is of database ID. When a ProStar database file is imported, the database ID option allows specific surface geometries to be selected when the file contains more than one. The database ID contains a reference ID number and an optional text summary describing the contents. Another option while importing CAD file is the import type. This option appears when importing geometry from file types that support both CAD and tessellated imports such as CATIA V5 and SolidWorks formats. There are two options which we can select. CAD geometry. This will import the CAD geometry. Tessellation imports the original surface mesh data from the CAD package. Let us now discuss the Mark Feature Edges option. This option allows you to specify which of the mesh edges that lie along CAD edges are marked as feature edges. CAD edges are the edges or curves that belong to the underlying CAD model. Mesh edges are the line segments that bound the mesh faces. This option applies only to those mesh edges that lie along the edges of the CAD model. Following settings are available in this. No CAD edges. Do not mark any mesh edges as feature edges. Sharp CAD edges. Mark as a feature edge any mesh edge that lies along a sufficiently sharp CAD edge. All CAD edges. Mark as features edges all mesh edges that lie along any CAD edges. The next import option is the sharp edge angle. This creates feature edges from edges of attached faces that make an angle sharper than the sharp edge angle value. The default sharp edge angle is 30 degrees. The next option for import is the Merge Parts by Name. This option is available when the import mode is set to create new geometry parts. Any bodies in the imported assembly with the same name are merged into one part automatically when this option is activated. If this option is deactivated, each body becomes its own part in *CCM+ regardless of name. The next option is Create Part Contacts from Coincident Faces. This option is available when the import mode is set to create new geometry parts. When activated, the importer searches all the imported CAD faces for pairs of coincident faces that are within the specified coincident face tolerance. For each pair found, part contact data is created and stored in the contacts property of each part. Next is coincident face tolerance. When the Create Parts Contacts from Coincident Faces option is activated, the option to specify the coincident face tolerance becomes available. The coincident face tolerance specifies the maximum distance at which coincident faces are imprinted. The default value is 1.0e up to 5. This option is intended to close small, erroneous gaps in imported geometries. The next option is to check parts validity. The Check Parts Validity option is available when importing any surface mesh file type. When this option is activated, the validity of the surface mesh import is examined. A simple message is displayed in the output window which states if the surface mesh is valid. Let us now discuss the Tessellation Density option. There are 5 tessellation density options ranging from very coarse to very fine and a user-defined option. The tessellation density determines the level of surface refinement that StarCCM Plus uses when importing geometry. This option affects the degree to which surface curvature is preserved in the imported model. That is, a fine option uses more triangles to discretize a curved surface, while a coarse option uses less. In general, it is recommended you start by importing using one of the coarse options. After importing, review the surface triangulation and, if necessary, re-import the geometry at a higher density. Selecting the user-defined tessellation density option automatically activates the Show Detailed Tessellation Parameters option. The detailed tessellation parameters are then displayed within the Import Surface Options dialog. You can edit these parameters as required.